Hello and welcome to Teacher Needs a Drink podcast. I am Elvis, your host, and I'm here to let you know that this is a not safe for work podcast. We are teachers at the end of the week and really the end of our ropes, and we'd like to be able to talk honestly and openly about teaching without having to worry about losing our jobs. So we'll be using pseudonyms throughout the podcast, hence the Elvis. I'd like to start by giving a big shout out to all of our Patreon patrons out there. If you are a fan of this podcast and enjoy listening to it and want to hear more, sign up for our Patreon. Go to patreon.com and find Teacher Needs a Drink podcast. And for as little as $5 to $10 a month, you get access to all kinds of bonus episodes and extra content. There's literally over 100 different audio things you can listen that are not available on the main feed. There's interviews with the host, extra episodes, exclusive episode, bonus episodes, lost episodes. There is so much stuff. And now I want to thank all of the patrons. Here we go. Let's start with Mistress Mischief, Natasha S., Miss Anthropy, Princess Buttercup, Dragon Lady, Sunday L., Kel C., Nicole B., Shannon E., Helena C., Aaron B., Stephanie S., Maggie M., Texas Teacher Kristen, Miss Sunshine, Hattie F., James Nally J., Jody D., Samantha D., Lisa C., Rachel, Jen Genie, Exhausted Band Director, Kimberly K., Kim K., Jessica A., Swiffle Ev Owners, Amanda F., Ariana L., Physics Runner, Steph, Science Teach 17, Michael M., William P., Aldrich G., La Scarpianita, Britt M., Iron Swine, Noel R., Teresa H., Biker Teach, Marsha M., Christina B., Kristen B., Jason F., Amber H., Abby B., Sarah B., Regina N., Josie S., Sam B., Lucy P., Mary E., Jamie B., Red Violin, Kristen W., Vanessa J., Mary C., RJR, Kristen C., Johanna H., Space Panties, Irma A., Nimi, Melissa M., and Sarah N. Thank you guys so much for supporting us. It makes a world of difference. Last but not least, I'd like to thank our sponsors at Lud Lamb Dramatics. If you are a theater teacher or no one in your building, go to ludlambdramatics.com and they will hook you up. There is jack shit for theater teachers at teacher stores, so they have to go to Lud Lamb Dramatics, which is the only one in the U.S. It's a website, it has posters, it has resources, it is amazing. So if you're a theater teacher or if you know one, send them to ludlambdramatics.com. All right, friends, the last thing I want to say as I talk is that if you have something you'd like to share with us here at the podcast, go ahead and hit us up through the contact page of our website, teacherneedsadrinkpodcast.com. And we will hopefully get back to you, or at least read your message on the episode. We don't guarantee that, of course, because, we babble a lot. All right, friends, it's summer. I hope you're taking care of yourselves. We're in the middle of it. I love each and every one of you, and I hope you enjoy this. Enjoy episode number 145. My God, we've been doing this for a while. Love you.
Right?
All right. Well, welcome to Teacher Needs a Drink podcast. I am Elvis, your host. And I'd like to, what do I say? Oh my God, I'm not high. It's just not there today. I'm Elvis, your host. And today I am joined by Mr. Count Chocolate.
Yeah, you're joined by like a melted Count Chocolate. It's so damn hot out. Gosh.
No joke.
But I'm here.
Also, today we have Miss Lady Shethead.
Hey everyone, so glad to be back.
Oh, listen to her. Also, after a billion-year absence, Miss Sparkles!
Hello, Gum!
Also today, Miss Bunny O'Hare.
Hey, Elvis. Hey, folks.
And last but not least, we have Miss Shirley Temper.
Certain you have to be lost to find a place can't be found. Elseways, everyone would know where it is.
I have no clue.
It's pirates, y'all. It's pirates.
Wait, say it again. I couldn't hear part of it.
For certain, you have to be lost to find a place that can't be found. Elseways, everyone would know where it is. Was. Blah, fuck. Anyway, that's what I said.
Gotcha.
Well, all right. Well, I'm glad you brought that to the table. We'll have to. Are you just in a pirate mood lately? Because you were talking about DB the Sky Pirate earlier.
I don't know. And I saw Thor: Love and Thunder, and he's a Viking pirate. It's just pirate season.
That movie was solid. Not as good as the Ragnarok, but it's still really good.
It wasn't, but we got to see Chris Hemsworth's beautiful golden cheeks.
Oh, I see that one. Look in the mirror. I mean, I got those.
Okay.
But the end of that movie. I got all teary at the end, so I went and saw that with my daughter, and I was like, oh, look, it's me, and it's her. Yeah, Michael B. Jordan's booty. All right, let's go ahead and get talking. We're in the heat and the nastiest part of summer, and some of us have had to go back to work, and my heart goes out to them. And some of us, we've talked about the back to school stuff, kind of cringing in from the darkness, but I am determined to make the last out of my last 2.5 weeks of school, or 2.5 weeks of summer before school comes out, and traveling. I get to go to Vegas. I get to see Space Panties. I'm going to California a week after that. I'm going to see Space Panties again, and then I'm back here. And I'm so excited about traveling and seeing the world and going around and, going to the desert and then going to another desert, like I do. It'll be nice and air conditioned. But I want to hear from you guys. Lady Shethead, I haven't heard from you in a couple of weeks. Will you give us an update? What's going on with you right now?
Well, I have completely moved into my new house, and that has been so much work, but it's been a lot of fun decorating and getting to know my new city. But we're also going up to the school. It's still under construction. There's still areas that are hard hat only. I don't know how we're going to be ready to open in August, but we are, and I'm setting up the classroom. I'm starting to meet a lot of other teachers on campus and other admin, and everyone's so excited to open a new school. And so I can't wait to see what kind of PD they're going to roll out, and I can't wait to meet everybody, and I can't wait to get started. This is the first time I have felt excited about a school year in many, many years.
That's awesome.
That is beautiful. I am so excited.
Thanks. Yeah, I'm excited and happy. Yes.
Miss Sparkles, it's been a minute. What are you doing right now?
So I started my new job. I'm now a campus instructional technologist, and it's very exciting. I'm really enjoying learning lots of software things, and knowing that I'm not going to be in the classroom all day, every day is such a weight off my shoulders that I don't even care that I'm at work in the summer. Plus, it's hot outside, so it's not like I can do anything outside anyway, so I may as well be in my nice air-conditioned office. It's been a rough summer, and somebody broke into my car this summer.
I'm sorry. That sucks. That's what happens when you live in a shitty part of town.
Hey, I live in a great part of town. I was just parked on the street, and Houston is well known for smash and grabs, and they grabbed $5. That's all they got, because my car was full of trash. I thought, look at all this fast food trash and Sonic cups. There's no way someone would break into my car.
They showed you.
Yeah, they did.
Miss Bunny, how goes you and the foo-foo? What's going on?
We are doing okay. Just taking it easy, staying indoors as much as possible. Mama O'Hare fell and broke her knee at work. So,
no.
She has been staying with the O'Hare family, and Fufu is enjoying having her around. That's been the big excitement, is my poor mom. So, but no, we're doing okay. I am doing my best to not look at the calendar. I am still living in a state of denial and trying to pretend that August is farther away than it actually is. So,
Imagine if you worked in one of those school districts that doesn't start till September. Wouldn't that be amazing?
Ooh, no, because then you go to school till June.
Yeah, there's that.
Yeah.
Cal, tell us, how are you going? What's going on with your summer?
Well, summer, even though it's still in the middle of it, as people would think based on temperature, is officially over. I have reported back to campus. At the time of recording, we finished day one, and it wasn't so bad. I am not mentally prepared or ready for kids yet, so my goal is over the next 3 to 3.5 weeks to make sure I've done that. Frequent conversations with my therapist and doing a lot of self-care and taking care of the Countess and the chocolate drops and just kind of gearing up for another year. I was dreading going back, but day one was actually really productive and really good. I mean, I do work with a pretty awesome team, so that's good. Physically, I feel like I'm good. I might have shed 15 pounds that needed to be shedded.
Congrats!
Hey.
You know, I'm still up early in the morning. You got to get up at like fucking 5:30 in the morning to walk or jog to even get temperatures that are lower than like 82 degrees. It's absolutely disgusting. But I'm doing all right. And the school year has begun. So here we go.
I'm so happy for you, Cal. That's really awesome. Way to hustle, man. I'm proud of you.
Trying.
I will show my face with you in public. Happy.
Yes. Yes, please. Anytime.
Shirley, what's going on with you? How's your summer? How are the green things growing?
They are growing. I work every day in my garden if I can. I usually have to wait till pretty late, probably about now, actually, when the sun starts going down is when I get out there and I work. It hasn't been that great, honestly. I'm struggling with my youngest kid. Lots of defiance, and it's starting to get to me. So, my husband and the eldest one, they went to like this children's church camp today, and I called my mom and I was like, I just need you to take her. I just need to be alone, and I'll come by. I'll see you tomorrow. And she was great. She's like, yeah, send her. So the youngest one so it's just me, which is amazing because I never get to be alone. And I'm an only child, and it is like oxygen. If I can breathe, I feel so fucking relaxed and chill.
I'm very proud of you for taking care of your mental health, and I'm really happy that you have the resources that if you need a break from your children, you have family that can help you out and you're not just stuck and landlocked until you tape them into a closet or something horrible.
You're giving her ideas, Elvis. Come on.
So today we're going to talk about professional development. And this really just comes off a Reddit chart that I saw earlier this week. And it was just a post about what's the most absurd professional development or cringeworthy one that you had been. These are some of the ones that this person had. We once had a day-long professional development on mindfulness. The cherry on top was that the Zoom call had some serious tech issues, so there was few periods of nothing. You know, mindful. We once had a virtual meeting where we had to write down a word to summarize our emotions during first quarter. We were all required to share. If it was negative, we were told to crumple it up and throw it away and do it again.
Wow.
No.
And then... And we once had a professional development where the majority of it was on vulnerability. We watched a TED Talk on vulnerability and discussed reasons it might be hard to be vulnerable. Then the coach leading it then wrapped up at the point of the whole thing, the importance of us writing clear directions on assignments. It was unclear what it had to do with anything.
What?
Yeah, I don't know. I feel sometimes districts are looking to just fill these hours. And granted, right now, I know most districts are doing stuff on, school safety precautions and, emergency situation procedures. And I think those are PDs that, can help at this time. It's on a lot of people's mind. Some schools are desperately overstepping what they think they should do to be, extreme ready in case of, a shooter or something like that. And I understand the fear and panic. But we waste so much time on stupid PD. My very, very first PD ever as a professional teacher, we got into the auditorium of like the biggest high school, and they had, a couple thousand of us teachers in there, and they wouldn't shut up. And then a woman came out dressed on the stage like Bob the Builder and talked about the different tools she has in her toolbox and which tools are good for kids.
Oh, God.
But she presented it like you would to say like a 7-year-old or a 9-year-old. And there's teachers who are new and young like me. And then there are teachers who had been there since God was a baby. And, they just been doing it forever. So no one wanted to listen to this person. It was the biggest waste of time. But they also get paid several $1,000s to do it. So,
Jesus.
yeah. So I'm curious about you guys and PD. And I can talk about some that I had. But who would like to go first about some interesting PD stories?
Man, this had to have been, I guess, 10 years ago. I went to a training, and it was from 9 to 12, and it was called Fostering Relationships with Minority Male Students. And it was taught by maybe a 75-year-old Caucasian gentleman he was polite and kind and everything, but I was the only person of color in that training, and there was at least, I think there was about 75 people in the room, and I said nothing the entire time. I was just waiting for someone to, someone to be like, hey, I want to hear your opinion on this, and I didn't say a thing. I didn't take a single note. I just sat there like, all right, this is happening right now.
Jeez.
And it was, the intent, it wasn't terrible. It just did nothing for me for 3 hours. That's 3 hours I could have, that I'll never get back in my life.
I've had dates like that, but did this person who was telling you how to reach out and connect to people of color, did he make any attempts to reach out and connect with you during any of the session?
No, not at all. He talked to me afterwards. He came and sat with me when we ate lunch. The Jason's Deli boxed lunch. I'm not hating on it. I'm just, it's every year. But he didn't offer me his chocolate chip cookie, but we ate lunch together. I probably had chicken salad on a croissant. I don't know.
Yeah, that's the way to go.
That's the winner right there.
I mean, I don't remember a specific one. I just know for me personally, I've gotten to the point where I just take colored pencils to every PD session in a notebook, and I just do my own thing and pretend that I'm busy. I remember specifically there was one PD where they literally had us cutting out shapes out of paper because we were supposed to make our own puzzles in our groups. And then after we made the puzzle, we had to put the puzzle together out of paper. And I was just cutting the smallest pieces of paper I could to make confetti. So I have gotten to the point where I go into PD with such low expectation and treat it as an opportunity for some self-reflection and some doodling. And very rarely do I even remember what the PD was about, to be honest.
Most of the time, being a specials teacher or something like that, the PD generally doesn't even really apply to you or isn't even something you can use in your classroom.
Never, ever.
And when you have an area like a high school where there's lots of mixed subjects, or an elementary school where there's a huge difference in age range, like what you can do in a first grader and what you can do with a fifth grader, completely different things. It's hard to have PD that's functional and not a waste of time. But man, do they manage. They manage to have a lot of...
Yep.
Ooh, Sparkles, what about you? I'm sure you got some stories in there.
The ones that are the worst are the ones that are actually for the specials teachers. I've been to some where they got all the fine arts teachers in the district together for something for several hours, forgetting that we're not all music teachers. So I don't give a fuck about this new music program. I don't give a fuck about uniform pickup. I don't give a fuck about instrument rental. That has nothing to do with me. I'm not a music teacher. So all of the dance, theater, and art teachers are sitting here like, are you fucking kidding me? Can I go home? And we were there for half a day and it was all music shit. And I was like, while I appreciate the effort to make this worthwhile for the fine arts teachers, because I wasn't sitting in a PD about fucking data. Jesus.
It was a swing and a miss. It was a swing and a miss.
Swing and a miss, guys. That was a strike from me.
We had just like a general high school stupid PD where they wanted the teachers to role play, which I immediately started giggling in the back because they kept calling it a role play, and I got the church giggles. It was contagious, and I got the whole half of my laugh. And finally, the presenter was like, where's the theater teacher? Nobody narked on me. And I had to go to the bathroom. It was so weird.
That's so weird how that happens.
Right. But I'll tell you, I think the difference is having really awesome administrators who get you. Last year, I had hardly any PD. And what my district has started doing is, all the stupid stuff that we have to be certified in, there's a huge Google folder. You watch it when you can. You have like a month. You send in your certificates. So little of my time was wasted last year from my principal. That was so sexy. And the other thing that was amazing last year is one of my district admins over my very specialized field that I teach actually did a daytime wellness retreat. And we went and did yoga and had like neck massages. And
Ooh.
I remember you talking about that. That was brilliant.
yes, except she moved and now she's in Corpus Christi. So I'm not optimistic this year. Don't waste our time. That is the sexiest kind of professional development, is no professional development.
My favorite professional developments have been, you know what? I think we can sign this document, and why don't you guys go work in your rooms?
Yes.
Because everyone has so much shit to do, even if they've been up there for a week. Because I'm sure all of you know teachers. Some of you might be those teachers who go up to school a week or two early. And they still have a lot of stuff that needs to get done, organized, brought to their, to whatever level of expectations they have or they want or they desire. And why waste time with silly videos? I mean, I get, yes, make sure we know bloodborne pathogens, make sure we know how to lock the door. Bunny, will you jump in?
Okay, so my story is from a new hire orientation that I had to go to a couple of years ago.
No, those are awful.
I feel like there should be differentiation for, we differentiate for our students, right? For the teachers who are like in your first, we'll say 5 years of teaching versus those of us who have been doing this for a hot minute. Because I had to go to a training on thinking maps. And the district that I had just left, that I was coming from, was hardcore into thinking maps. We were like, I could make thinking maps in my sleep kind of thing. And I had to go to this is a thinking map. This is what you use it for. These are the different types. Like, it was so, and I was sitting there just like, that gif from Lilo and Stitch where he's just like clawing his eyes kind of. It felt like that. But we had to, so the presenter like broke us up into groups, which is everybody's favorite thing always. Broke us up into groups and gave us a topic, and we had to make a thinking map. She assigned each group one of the types of thinking maps. And so we had all of these different thinking maps over these different topics. Only she messed up and assigned 2 groups the same style of map and then skipped one completely. So she gets up there to go over it all at the end and talk about the different types of maps and realizes she's missing one. And I whipped one out like right there. Like, I literally just pulled down a piece of the chart paper and was like, here, I got you. And like cranked out this map and stuck it up on the wall in a matter of like 2 minutes. Like, I'm really glad I sat through this training. This was a really valuable use of my time.
You fixed it all. The worst, I was looking through that Reddit post we referenced this from. And one of the teachers, Think Dealer 4105, said, sat through a PD on classroom management learning and the importance of seating charts and walking in lines. She teaches at 100% virtual high school.
Wow.
And
I love it.
That's just impressive. That's so out of touch.
Yet they did it. I imagine that's a district-wide one. Here, everyone needs to be at this one. And then it happens. And this one's from Prawley Grading Papers. Says, we had a mandatory half-day PD on how to be funny in the classroom, complete with every teacher being required to pick up a red clown nose on the way in and use it throughout the program. For example, the lady running it had us put the nose on, turn to our colleagues and say, aloha, ha, ha. I walked out. Holy crap.
Oh,
That
no.
bullshit.
Fuck no.
Oh,
I'd have wore that nose though.
First of all, I'm
You
already
can put them on
funny.
your boobs.
I don't need a training on that.
That's true.
Yeah.
Facts.
Secondly, that is like that. Does that feel condescending to anybody?
Oh yeah.
Else?
Extremely.
Oh yeah.
Extremely. I'm just picturing like Ron Swanson sitting in that training. And I feel like that had to have been the energy in the room at the time.
And there's always that teacher that is not funny at all. That's very serious and cranky.
Just
And you know they aren't pulling that shit. Yeah, usually there's like 5 to 20, but there's at least one. Some schools have a good, it's not everyone in the community sucks. I want to say there's good work bodies and good groups of teachers. Hey guys, guess what?
What's up?
What's up, Elvis?
We
I don't know you.
Patreon!
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Sunday Sunday. Yes, we have a Patreon. And for as little as $5 to $10 a month, you can sign up and you can support us here at Teacher Needs a Drink podcast. By joining our Patreon, you get access to an amazing exclusive Facebook group where you can share and talk with the host and other like-minded guests. You get to listen to live streams of us while recording and chat with us while we're doing it. And also there's over like 95,000, okay, it's closer to 100, but like 100 different audio content special things that you can listen to that are only available on the Patreon. There's bonus episodes, there's lost episodes, there's extra cuts, there's interviews with the hosts, there's movie watch party reviews, there is so much stuff. So join our Patreon and do it now! Woohoo! Yay!
Woo-hoo!
Too good to be true.
Would you rather get your grandmother addicted to heroin or have vagina lips on your mouth? So, let me repeat that again. Would you rather get your grandmother addicted to heroin or have vagina lips on your mouth? I'm just going to go ahead and jump in since I muted everyone else. I love it when there's vagina lips on my mouth. That's some of the best times I've had in my life, really. So, if that's their meaning, I'd rather do that than get my grandmother addicted to heroin. But I don't think that's the way they intended it. But that's my bunny loophole. Count, what about you?
Well, I cannot have Grammy getting hooked on heroin or any other grandmother for that matter. So, lips for the win, and yes, many of good times have come with vagina lips on my mouth.
I know. I mean, I'm with you there. So now for those who that might not be their cup of tea, Shirley.
If I could weigh in.
Please.
I am fully in support of getting my grandmother hooked on heroin. Number one, because maybe it would have calmed her the fuck down. But also, they are both dead. So, loophole.
Mine are dead too, but I'm still going with lips on the lips because, like I said, good times. Lady?
So the thought of like teeth terrifies me. Like those, like, I don't know. I think I'm going to have to go with heroin because, I mean, it's, I don't know. Can I still wear lipstick? Like, that's a big question.
Yes. You could get tattooed. You can get a cool little piercing, a little bumble thing. It's kind of dangerous. The options are really there if you look for them. I think you guys are seeing
the teeth and the lips. No, I can't get. No.
Miss Sparkle, I feel like I know what you're going to do, but let's assume your grandparents are alive. Lips on lips, or are you getting Granny hooked up to heroin, Miss Sparkles?
Big Mama's on heroin.
Oh,
not Big Mama.
Yes, Big Mama. She on heroin now.
Wow.
That's rough.
Sorry, Big Mama.
Dang.
She's on the goop.
I love it.
She's on the She's chasing the dragon, y'all.
Oh, my goodness.
All right. Bunny, what about you? I'm curious what your thought process is here.
My grandmothers are dead, so that means I don't have to answer this.
To be fair, Big Mama's dead too.
Yeah, mine is too, but I'm still going for lips on lips. So.
Yeah, mine is too.
Count, do you have any sweet grannies alive still?
No. I think I lost my last grandmother in like 2014, so it's been a minute, but nope. Okay. No, it's all good. I mean, they live long lives. Heroin free, might I add.
All right, friends, thank you for joining us for another episode of Teacher Needs a Drink podcast. I've enjoyed chatting with all you guys so much this last hour. I give a big thanks to my co-hosts who are with me today. First, I'd like to thank Miss Lady Shethead.
So good to talk to you all. I've missed you all.
Yeah, you had to go and move far away and get the dream job. Gosh. I'd also like to thank Mr. Count Chocolate.
You've had a rough day. It's good to know your chocolate is safe and sound in its secret hiding place, waiting to reward you. Thank you for having me.
That was great. I'd also like to thank Miss Sparkles.
Thank you. I was picking up my DoorDash, so I'm going to go grub. Good night, everyone.
What are we eating?
And just like that, she was gone. I'd also like to thank Miss Shirley Temper.
There's more than silver and gold, mate.
Oi, you got to move on from pirates. I support you bring something to the table, because no one else did. You're bringing it. Last but not least, Miss Bunny O'Hare.
It was a pleasure as always.
Isn't it? All right, friends. I'll let you guys take care of yourselves. Enjoy these last weeks if you got them. Drink them if you got them. Make sure you're taking time and taking a little bit of care of your mental health this summer. Check in with a therapist or counselor. It's usually covered by your insurance. And thank everyone out there. Please, please, please sign up for our Patreon. You go to Patreon, you sign up. It's beautiful. And you get all the things. So, my friends, deep breaths, deep drinks. Cheers! Woohoo! Yay! All right, friends, I'd like to thank you for joining us for another episode of Teacher Needs a Drink Podcast. If you have something you'd like to share with us here at Teacher Needs a Drink Podcast, hit us up through the contact page on our website, teacherneedsadrinkpodcast.com, and we'll hopefully get it on one of our episodes. Also, I'd like to thank all of my Patreons who have signed up through Patreon. That's right, sign up through Patreon. You get access to the Facebook group and all kinds of other amazing things. Do it now! Last but not least, I'd like to thank my hosts, Bunny O'Hare, Lady Shethead, Count Chocolate, Shirley Temper, and Ms. Sparkles for joining me. It was such a great time. And everyone, enjoy these last few weeks of summer. If you can, do what you can. Don't just lay in hopelessness. I believe in you. All right. Oh, also, check out Ludlam Dramatics if you can. They're amazing and a great resource for all theater teachers. All right, friends. Cheers.